struggle we rise, like a phoenix in flame. With courage and love, we'll chase away the night. Your stories surround us, giving hope to the land. We're our TV, our torch, forever you'll stand. Empowered and bold, let's break down those walls. For the people, for the nation, we heed the call. We are TV, we'll rise and shine. Hope of a brighter future, we believe in you. Together we face the pain with love so divine. Wake up, we are TV, it's time to break through. From struggles to dreams, we'll find our way. We are TV, our guiding star, forever we'll stay. We are TV, we'll rise and shine. Hope of a brighter future, we believe in you. Believe in you. Together we face the pain with love so divine. Wake up, we are TV, it's time to break through. Struggles to dreams, we'll find our way. We are TV, our guiding star.
Their houses. So if I don't reach there, I want to invite the Deputy National Secretary General for Civic Works.
Thank you very much, Senior Tunis, the National Executive of the APC, fellow honorable members and colleagues of the APC, members of the fourth estate, colleagues, comrades of the APC, ladies and gentlemen, it's the end of another month, and as has been seen for the past few months, with members of parliament who include me, don't make our point of duty for update the citizen, including the members of the APC, on the happenings in Parliament, as we are representatives of the people. So waiting the go on here so today, not a new occurrence, and I will believe and we hope that it will continue month in, month out, until we take power, and this month will be very soon. With regards happenings inside the party, the National Publicity Secretary and the publicity team don't do a great job over the past weeks for engage the media on the activities and developments within the party and the funds they assimilate to the operations of the APC. One particular one, and one way of doing the implementation of the recommendations inside the Tripartite report. Quite recently, we are all aware, the anniversary of the signing of the dialogue agreement, the national agreement for unity, come to pass. It will have been the 18th of October 2023. 1 year afterwards, 2024, the international moral guarantors that will be there at the time, they come back to come and assess development and progress when the parties to the agreement will make on the agreement, on the dialogue agreement. They meet with the APC, they meet with the government, and they meet with other institutions. And one thing we'll make very clear to them, that while we acknowledge that progress not delivered on some of the agreements, on some of the resolutions inside the agreement, there are many we're concerned about, particularly the roadmap for the implementation of the recommendations within inside the Tripartite report. Secondly, we express to them with concern about the release of politically motivated detainees, including the case system. We also raise concern about the relationship between the executive. We also raise concern about the relationship when they talk about inside the agreement, where to enhance the coordination between the leadership of the APC and President Bio and the government. And many other things that they will raise concern about. But particularly we concern about the composition of the steering committee where for lead implementation of the recommendations inside the Tripartite report. We find them saying totally skewed. Apart from the leader of APC in parliament and 2 local council heads, all the rest of the committee members are either ministers of government or institutions, departments or agencies were answerable to the government of Sierra Leone. We find them very disturbing, and we find them for saying in the best interest of honesty and progress. So don't make that known. We report and we present the position paper to the international development partners, and have the expectation that before they left, they will engage with we again. But we still believe that the international development partners, as well as international moral guarantors, as well as the development partners who we get locally, they will look into their weekly concerns and they will address them as we move forward. Another important matter where they said the party, that the continuation of the membership registration and verification process. On the 31st of August this year, we recommend the registration of new members as well as the verification of existing members of the APC. So far, this progress has gone smoothly. Yes, we admit that there are few challenges here and there, but overall the process has gone smoothly, and we encourage people there for make them come and register. Because not only when you be a member of the APC, you get the full rights and coverage of the Constitution, you get the full rights for vote and be voted for, equally you get the full rights for do anything legally and constitutionally under the APC. So in a nutshell, and without monopolizing this place, unless you have specific questions later on, This is a small update on the activities where the party they undergo at the moment. So the National Publicity Secretary, thank you for the opportunity, and back to you, sir.
Well, thank you very much. As we are done are the updates from the Secretariat. But of course, the one we regard the Secretariat is not rich. As much as we don't give the updates, but I just want to follow and recognize the presence of the National Secretary General, Lawyer Lansana Dubuya. This telling how much importance the party leadership will place on this press conference. Now we're not going to waste time again. How we get for do today's press conference? We will read a press statement from the leadership of Parliament. And then after that, we will invite questions from owner members of the voter states. But I also allow and also we in our APC, anytime we get that kind of conference here, we strategic communications unit, they make sure they live na social media. So as we are now, they are living a diaspora, especially Israelis outside of this country, for everything we do as a party. We are functioning, we are together, challenges go always do. But of course, when you look at the high table, for example, you will see energetic, dynamic, intelligent young people who are ready for move this party forward and for take this country and govern in a way that will benefit every Israeli. That is the APC. This is the new APC. On that note, I will now invite the leader of Parliament, Honorable Abdulkato, for a the press statement, and then we will proceed from there.
I want to use this opportunity to thank you to the party, especially the chairman of the party and the dynamic secretary general and the deputy with the no one day left me I have to reset. They always delete them for Candia and to be while they get to press conference. I also want to thank the publicity secretary and the deputy. We always delete time. Today, una all know say the tribunal reports they don't only under the well of Parliament, and we the members of Parliament, according to the Constitution, Section 137, for votes and forget 2/3 majority vote before they remove the Auditor General. But we say before we reach that stage, let we make we position very clear. Let the public know the position. Let the world know the position. Of course, because we know say if we get for Ghana Parliament, we mean they follow everything with keen interest. All the tribunal proceedings we follow, and today we will disclose a lot of documents in Ayatollah. Documents of receipts where they present to the auditors, email exchanges where they get from their hotels and a lot more on our know today. But before we reach that day, let us just see it in your position as members of the opposition in the Parliament. I will read now. Position paper of the APC Parliamentary Caucus on the tribunal report on the removal of the Auditor General of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Laya Telopias, Mrs. and Deputy Auditor General, Mr. Tambamumo. Following the suspension of the Auditor General, Laya Telopias, from office on the the 11th November 2021. We have followed with keen interest the proceedings of the tribunal. That was set up to investigate her and the Deputy Auditor General, Mr. Tambamumo, for alleged professional misconduct and lack of professional performance. The Parliament of Sierra Leone, through the Office of the Clerk, was accorded reports of the tribunal, which was tabled in the Well of Parliament on Thursday, 29th August 2024. Since the tribunal's report was made public, we have read noted provisions of the Constitution of Sierra Leone and the related legislations. We have also received and noted submissions made by international professional bodies, members of the public, and the two auditors that we are investigating. Having done much deliberations on sale, coupled with the wider consultations with both local and international stakeholders, we wish to state the following. 1. That the Auditor General and her deputy were strictly guided by the international standard on auditing, ISA 240, or its public sector equivalent. The International Standard of Supreme Audit Institution, ISSAI 2240, which states that an auditor is usually not trained or expected to be an expert in the authentication of documents. However, when an auditor identifies conditions that cause the auditor to believe that the document may not be authentic, or that terms in the document have been modified, not disclosed to the auditor. Possible procedures to investigate further includes confirming directly with the third party. This is obviously so because requesting for authorization before third-party inquiry may lead to destruction of evidence in the first place. The allegation for which the Auditor General was investigated relates to third-party confirmation of the authenticity of the document, which is clearly separate and distinct from third-party confirmation of account balance, such as bank, creditor, debtor, party, debtor account balance. Furthermore, the intent and purpose of the provisions is to detect fraud and/or dishonesty, requiring consent before. Therefore, as a requirement for such confirmation, no doubt defeats the very intent for which it was created. 2. That in paragraph 212 of the tribunal report, the Director General at the Intosai Development Initiative, IDI, made it abundantly clear that he has never come across a requirement that an auditor should seek the consent of an auditee before confirmation can be made from a third party to authenticate a document submitted as audit evidence, and that there is no standard for an auditor to get consent from the third party confirmation. However, contrary to such instructive and expert opinion from highly reputable auditing institution which set standards for global auditing as provided for in section 11 subsection 2A of the Audit Service Act of 2014 as amended, the tribunal in paragraph 229 of its report choose to base its conclusion primarily on testimonies of non-expert witnesses, totally discarding the testimonies of expert witnesses based on international best practice. We view this not only as bias, but a mockery of the principles of fairness and justice. 3. That as an opposition, we believe that if this unprecedented removal of the Auditor General attracts the 2/3 majority in Parliament, it will significantly affect the conduct of credible and independent audit and other accountability processes in Sierra Leone. Owing to the fact that the Audit Service Sierra Leone is perceived by a substantial number of citizens as the only remaining independent accountability agency that has stood the test of time for successive government, an attempt by government to remove the Auditor General will, without a doubt, serve as a barrier for other auditors or other oversight institutions to conduct their work objectively and independently for fear of being subjected to what is perceived as a politically centered attempt to limit the scope for transparency in the future. 4. That on the alleged failure of the audit service to audit the Freetown City Council, FCC referred in paragraph 248 to 257 of the tribunal report, we are shocked that the tribunal could make conclusion that the Auditor General and her deputy failed to conduct proper audit exercise on FCC for the financial year 2020, even when successive financial statements of the FCC and that of the year in question were audited and expressed an impressive unqualified opinion in full compliance with section 11 subsection 1 of the Audit Service Act of 2014. See table 4.3, Council's opinion 2020 on page 485 and page 493 of the Auditor General's annual report of 2020. It is worthy to note that all audits conducted by the Audit Service are scope-based and are limited to public accounts of Sierra Leone. And all public offices, other bodies and organizations established by an act of parliament or statutory instrument, and that audit of non-government organizations do not fall under the functions of the Audit Service Sierra Leone, neither under any other legal mandate. 5. Allowing the removal of the Auditor General on this particular issue will certainly defeat the intent and purpose for which His Excellency the President, Julius Maada, rejected the 2020 Finance Bill under Section 106, subsection 1 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, Act Number 6 of 1991. This bill provided for unaccountable interest for President, Vice President, and Speaker of Parliament for all overseas travels. The said bill, after perusal by State House, and in the memorandum addressed to the Clerk of Parliament, the Secretary to the President had this to say, and I quote, His Excellency the President has perused the document and has expressed great concern over the open-endedness of the non-accountable interest as provided for in the said Act. He is of the view that this is prone to improper use of public funds. End of quote. We therefore strongly believe that we, the opposition in Parliament, will not be a party to any attempt made by whosoever to erode such level of transparency and accountability. 6. Yesterday, Tuesday, 29th October 2024, the Institute of Chartered Accountants in Sierra Leone, APC, established by the Institution of Chartered Accountants of Sierra Leone Act of 12 May 1988 to regulate accountancy and professional accountants in Sierra Leone, which both the Auditor General and a deputy are member of, issued a press statement to its members confirming that it has conducted its own investigation into this matter and that there was no evidence of professional misconduct. Instead, it confirmed that the auditors acted in the best interest of the public, upheld professional standards and adherence to international auditing standards and guidelines. 7. In the same vein, the APC, but on an international scale, on the 23rd July 2024, the global umbrella body of all auditor generals in the world, the International Organization of Supreme Audit Institutions, INTOSAI, who are responsible for regulating their members and developing the ISSAI, confirmed that the Auditor General indeed complied with their standards in the press statement titled INTOSAI General Secretariat and INTOSAI Development Initiative, joint position on the removal process of the Auditor General of Sierra Leone. In conclusion, owing to the composition of this 6th Parliament, it is clearly evident that 2/3 majority of all members of Parliament that is needed to vote in favor of the removal of the Auditor General as provided for in subsection 7B of section 137 of our Constitution, of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, cannot be achieved without the support of the opposition. Therefore, in the best interest of accountability and transparency, which the audit service has stood for over the years, we advise that His Excellency the President reconsiders the recommendations in the tribunal report relating to the removal of the Auditor General and her deputy. It is hoped that His Excellency will heed to our advice in the interest of strengthening the tenet of transparency and accountability in our beloved country. This is the end of our presentation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Abdul, our leader, and the leader of the opposition in Parliament. Thank you to the leadership of Parliament for putting together a succinct opposition position on this funding issue. So now, at this point, I think we would like to get questions from the most important estates. I think we will take the questions in turns. And please try to put your questions together in a manner that is not too extensive or direct to what the leader just read. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. I am Suleiman Chalo, reporting for Expo Times newspaper and magazine. Thank you so much, Honorable Leader, for clearing that, because for far too long, Sierra Leoneans have been wondering what the position of the APC parliamentary caucus. But you go to section 106 and section 137, subsection 7 of the Constitution. And you also reference the release issued yesterday by the ALCAS on the removal of the suspended Auditor General. Is it that you work together with the ALCAS report? Because since the report was out is more than 2 months from now, one would wonder what instigated at this moment of you saying you will not support. Secondly, still section 137 subsection 7 talks about 2/3 of the majority of members of parliament, and you said, according to the composition of the 6th Parliament of Sierra Leone, 2/3 of parliament cannot be met except the support of the opposition. As a leader, why putting in place and making sure you control the APC members of parliament? Because earlier, just after the election, we saw Honorable Mohamed Bangwa and Honorable from the Western area reach your party's position and join the ruling party. You talked about instructions, consent, and you also made compare of testimony of non-expert and testimony of expert opinion. According to the Constitution of Sierra Leone, the tribunal report should constitute highly respected judges. This morning at 98.1, one of the representatives of ICAS said the judges should not only contain legal experts, but rather people who have financial knowledge. As a party, are you saying there was fear of setting the tribunal report of only forming judges instead of including people who are financially inclined in the tribunal report? Thank you.
Sagacity, Voice of Salute Radio. And Honorable, since the removal of the Auditor General and a deputy in 2021, as a party, how far have you gone in moving this thing forward? Because it deals with accountability and transparency. Because mind you, the deputy and the Auditor General and a deputy clearly indicates that they did not receive any copy of the tribunal report. And these are signal issues that deals with emergency concern, because based on government in, government out, but for this receipt that we are already seen, or you have already outlined that you have authentic receipts based on the issues. How can you make it known to the public, despite of saying it here? Because we want to see those documents in line so that we can be able to argue and we can be able to present issues.
Honorable. Okay. Mohamed Bakar Kamara from AYB Television. So you have made a lot of recommendations. Since the removal of the Auditor General, there have been issues. People are amplifying the need for advert statements, but the government refused to listen to that. What difference will this make after you guys have pinpointed some of the things that you need the government to listen to?
I just want to get a clarification from Islam. You made mention of the legislation and the verification of members, right? And you talked about the challenges. So I just want to know what are the challenges you're going to face through the verification and registration?
We will answer first, then we will come for the second time.
Thank you very much. We will address the first question. We make reference to constitutional provisions, section 106, subsection 1, and section 137. For the attention of the public, section 106, it talks about legislative process. Legislative process as to how bills they become law. So after the bill don't go through third reading and pass into law in our parliament, the next process, now for the clerk, through a memorandum, a give that bill to His Excellency the President. Because by the Constitution and by extension, the President is also a member of Parliament. So as a result, need they for them to participate in the lawmaking process. And the way they participate, and when the bill don't come to Parliament, the clerk is sent to His Excellency the President for them to sign them. Okay? So once he accepts for sign, then automatically from that last stage, the bill don't become law. So in this particular case, there was a law entitled Finance Act 2020. Finance Act 2020. Now 2019, it came for enable government for generating revenue from new opportunities where they come in 2020. By 2019, overall sort of so from January 1, 2020, the NRA now, Minister of Finance, they will be empowered for collect taxes and generate revenue. And Finance Act. So inside of Finance Act, provision they say the President, the Vice President, and Speaker of Parliament, whatever money they use
What are we saying a fake receipt to? And me no about document the way they say themselves. Me go talk on waiting then at the tribunal report or some of the things they will talk na the tribunal hearing where the tribunal no include in reports. Then document here, the Attorney General can go as evidence where one Mr. Jajua go as witness. Then receipt here wouldn't give the auditor them. Let me explain briefly about it. This receipt there, where they give the auditor them give them for money where they take for and on behalf of the president. By the way, nobody no say that the president take the money. Now the scope, now take the money. Now all the money. Now so the document then say. Now the scope, now then bring the documents them where they give the auditor them through the accountants and the office of the president. Then documents there, where we look them, as how the standard say, condition them in the document where proof say something look wrong with them. They're not tidy, the dates them mix up, the amount. One, I know sabi boku, me no stay na boku hotel in Africa yet, but I know sabi boku hotel particularly in West Africa, where they charge some of the money they will be paying their receipts per night. I know sabi no hotel where they charge in dollars, where you multiply them by days, the answer na use or the other way around. No receipts. Choi to himself, where they give you receipts. Everything inside the only day. So then condition here, who see them pan this report, pan this receipt, it been cause we for believe there's something wrong with this receipt. And we go to the standard, why we just know. He say if you get any reason for belief, say, then don't alter this document, but they not tell you, or it not look like say authentic. He said, no, go to the third party there. So we'll go to the third party there. We no hide, we'll go direct to the third party there. The response where the third party then give, we receive them. Now the verification report, we put that, we summarize the response there. We say, then receipt here we them provide, we know they take them because they are inconsistent, they're marked by inconsistency, inaccuracies, and incompleteness. Now so them in turn. What are we saying a fake receipt too? And me no know about document the way they say themselves. Me go talk on waiting then at the tribunal report, or some of the things they will talk at the tribunal hearing, where the tribunal no include in reports. Then document here, the Attorney General can go as evidence, where one Mr. Jajua go as witness. Then receipt here wouldn't give the auditor them. Let me explain briefly about it. This receipt there wouldn't give the auditor them, then give them for money where they take for and on behalf of the president. By the way, nobody no say that the president take the money. Now the scope, now take the money. Now all the money. Now so the document then say. Now the scope, now then bring the documents them where they give the auditor them through the accountants and the office of the president. Then documents there, where we look them, as how the standard say, condition them in the document where proof say something look wrong with them. They're not tidy, the dates them mix up, the amount. One, I know sabi boku, me no stay na boku hotel in Africa yet, but I know sabi boku hotel particularly in West Africa, where they charge some of the money they will be paying their receipts per night. I know sabi no hotel where they charge in dollars, where you multiply them by days, the answer na in pounds a day, or the other way around. No receipts. Choi to himself, where they give you receipts. Everything inside the only day. So then condition here, who see them pan this report, pan this receipt, it been cause we for believe there's something wrong with this receipt. And we go to the standard, why we just know. He say if you get any reason for belief, say, then don't alter this document, but they not tell you, or it not look like say authentic. He said, no, go to the third party there. So we'll go to the third party there. We no hide, we'll go direct to the third party there. The response where the third party then give, we receive them. Now the verification report, we put that, we summarize the response there. We say, then receipt here we them provide, we know they take them because they are inconsistent, they're marked by inconsistency, inaccuracies, and incompleteness. Now so them in turn. What are we saying a fake receipt too? And me no know about document the way they say themselves. Me go talk on waiting then at the tribunal report, or some of the things they will talk at the tribunal hearing.
Page 8 of the tribunal report, schedule number 10. I will start that receipt where this one now evidence where the Auditor General when the respondents in that during the tribunal submit, and even the State House now they receive this whether they be in evidence. So the only evidence in form of receipt where both the prosecutor or the prosecuting team submit and also the defense team also submit now this receipt as well. In this receipt, I just want to make quick reference. I love to see why the auditors decide to invoke a particular international best practice. And I also want to refer now first. So the functions of the Audit Service Tribunal, pursuant to section 11.2 of the Audit Service Act of 2014. It make am clear say auditors for conducting any audit wey dem conduct, e have to be in compliance to the ITOSI standards. In other words, whatever rule wey you get, the audit wey dey do, e have to do am in line with international guidelines wey the ITOSI body dey set. So therefore, it is also part of our laws, not to interference the ITOSI they do. Even laws acknowledge the adherence to the rules then. When the auditors then receive the report, then receive the ASO. This is a public document. It already dey in the hands of the public. This na the thing wey the president do. So the Gambia and the hotel where he go and the team. Na Ocean Bay Hotel and Resorts. When the auditor receive this receipt here, so he can see say thing in the way create some discrepancies. One side they will quote the amount in pounds as the case in pound sterling, or one how they write the pound sterling symbol, or where the symbol and the product now go see difference. That is for the unit price. When you come by the total price, they quote in dollars. And this system is not possible if you quote something from pounds to dollars, where Gambia they use to see understandable. But if you quote from pounds in units, then the total you quote in dollars, the only sort of gets out already. And when you multiply the amount of days when the trip take, when are 7 days, and you multiply by what they say now at the rate per occupancy for the hotel when are 1,825 for one room month. If you say 7 multiplied by 1,825, you get a total of 12,770 something, which is different from the total of 12,075. So automatically, the auditor is left with no option but to invoke the standard when interest is set. When pursuant to ISA 240, where I can read verbatim, when they call the expert opinion of the ITOSI and they make them very clear. The statement say when the auditor has the ISA 240, or in other words, ISA 2240. Now this is say that standard way section 11.2 say when auditor the audit information actually for the in compliance with waiting that standard they say. That standard way for comply with say now one read now. When the auditor identifies conditions that cause the auditor to believe that a document may not be authenticated, or that yes may not be authentic, or that terms in a document have been modified but not disclosed to the auditor. Possible procedures to investigate further may include 1. Confirming directly with the third party. So what did the auditor they do? Not to be anything where they just use out of the roof. They abide by waiting ISA 240 say. For say anytime when you get document ready before you, when you see say doubt paper now, when you don't begin a doubt in mind, already in this case, one side say dollar, one side say pound. When you multiply the unit cost and the amount of days, na different source they get. If you're an auditor, what you go say, you don't go doubt, already there is a doubt. And that's why the auditors are left with no option but for refer to ISA 240 for confer with the third party. And other side, then they say why they don't inform the clients. Why not inform the clients? But if me like CID person, I want to go do it for drugs. Why are they for inform you say and they come and carry you? If you go take that to find it, you don't have a catch up. And the practice is very clear. You only for confirm with the client before you do third-party verification. And this is substantiated in the press statement of the same intosite, where it says there is no provision where we requiring auditors to ask permission when sending confirmation. This is the world governing body. When I just take that body, when or they get, when the legal and judicial council, when the reference in the Legal Practitioners Act, when are the body will charge the responsibility for regulate the professionalism of the legal service. Now, so we also get body like ICASL and the global body like intosite, when are they regulate the practice of the auditing and accountancy. And in the statement they say there is no rule where you require the auditor for say I don't ask you for say I want to do third verification. So for we feel say what the auditors do they in line with the best practice and think say this is the highest of the service where we think that the president needs to do of this council. The auditor their role na foreign issues and they don't say na independent na go for visits. They indict the scope and the personal assistance. When I then they return impressed, not president return impressed. If one president will care about transparency, I think say it was fitting. Say if you don't put their side and look for the investigation, for make sure say save the institution, we don't stand the test of time to promote our company transparency in this country. But instead, the auditor, where now they are you go, now they are not to hold instead of the bank where they are alleged. So if Pastor they respond on the issue of the receipt, we will make that available. And other they also they like one of the things where they make for Ghana and Lebanon. When they make and when you think it's just a lot of discrepancies. Yes. Then I will talk about that. I will pause that for now.
Yes, sir. I want an addition to it. Honorable just the receipt where it shows so when a portion be at the Gambia, now in the office of president present to the auditors. One thing where we honorable say now that when you watch the receipt, who side and guest name, address, arriving date, returning date, time, arriving time, departure time, and all. You know, say in every receipt, all the things in line. The same way you can, who side you come on. But if you watch now this receipt, then say guest name, suit, chief of protocol, address, office of president. Date arriving 12 of the 3rd month 2020. They all know they in line. This day so, that day so, this day so, that day so. So that is one thing where the auditors they look at say, oh, if this receipt is an original receipt or a true receipt, all the things they're supposed for them in line. Secondly, Honorable Aaron make it very clear. Let's say the price for one room for net, for sleep for one room for net. Now 1,825 pounds for sleep for one room na net. And now that you Ocean Bay Hotel. And am I protected?
You are protected.
And they say they take 7 days na the hotel. One person, if you take 1,825 pounds per net, you do it for 7 days. Now 1,825 pounds times 7. Wait for give you 12,775 pounds for the 7 days. But one mistake wey dem do at the camp, one mistake wey dem do, now that regardless of the fact say dem say 1,825 pounds per night, the total for calculate wey for be 12,775 poor. The first thing dem no even get the 12,775 poor. Wetin dem get na 12,075, and in fact not to in pound dem put am in dollars. So how come for one room they go change for dollars for the 7 days? So the auditors themselves say no, this is not correct. So now that make the auditors then contact the hotel directly for get from the hotel. Honorable Aaron Awunakoma make mention of the Lancaster Hotel. This na Lebanon, and the total money wey dem spend na Lebanon na $156,113. $156,113. So wetin Tambamomo dey do? Tambamomo dey ensure say dem contact the hotel for let dem know whether na this na the receipt of the hotel and na this the hotel charge them. Look, let me read the email exchanges between Tambamomo and the hotel. They say request for confirmation of receipt number 4710 issued by the Lancaster Hotel. Then he said they reply to Tambamomo. The reply na that. Yes. The reply na that. Okay. Tambamomo write them say in the right the hidden pack with for receipt number 4710 for verify the request whether na the hotel give the receipt or not. The hotel in reply na this. Dear Mr. Tamba, kindly note that the attached receipt received from your side is fake and not related to our hotel Lancaster Eden Garden. And as for the invoice, it is not paid till now. So meaning they go na the hotel, and whether they give the auditors then the receipt, the hotel say the receipt wey dem submit to the auditors dem na fake receipt, and they say even the invoice wey dem give them, the money wey dem for pay na the hotel up till now dem no pay the money. So wetin make dem go with Lara and Tamba na tribunal na because dem say dem contact the hotel without dem no consult the one wey dem dey audit wey na the office of the president. So that dey na one. And also we get the hotel na South Africa wey dey write for proof whether na the hotel issue the receipt or not. In fact, the hotel write them say they wan no other give the auditors dem that receipt say because then the hotel wan take legal action because no to the receipt standing, and the hotel end up for send the original receipt na the hotel. So we as people wey take accountability, people wey dey fight corruption, we believe say all corrupt practices not for be treated under the carpet. And as members of the opposition, it will be a disservice to we if we join for vote in favor of the removal of the Auditor General and integrity when all evidences don show say dem do the correct thing and dem follow the right processes. Then somebody ask whether we were able to control the MPs then and why the delay. I will hand over to only female na Ibado for them give the answer to that question.
As the only justification regarding the right to conduct general
somebody asked
in relation to
and say
office of the president has done
the strategy wey we have been used for ensure say we get all your MPs vote against the government motion. And he mentioned say one member who are honorable and honorable Thompson we go against party decision for boycott and governance. We just want to assure the person wey ask that question and show the nation as a whole say we APC MPs and parliament we dey together, we na one unit. We know say none can we no go vote in favour of the government motion because they fight for accountability, they fight against corruption, and before this administration dey come into governance 2018, na be the same people wey be dey applaud the auditor general. So we don't see no reason why now they for come try for remove am. They say because of professional misconduct. Wetin na this professional misconduct in the first place? We bin need the government for explain to me wetin they mean. Because if you say somebody audit you when na the constitution dey use for audit you when na in job na the constitution get another right say me no see that in the way na professional misconduct. Pass somebody administration wan tell me say dem get sacred cows, and we don know say the office of the president na the sacred cow na this government, and we as an opposition we dey against that. So we dey run a parliament anytime wey dem come that motion dey for vote, we know say we go stop them. The people of Sierra Leone go dey behind them because na the right thing we dey do. Thank you very much.
Yes, we will take the last set of questions, but one thing very clear na the fact say one man get one popular talk for say orange not the day and wey get it na the team pikin dey go. So we don't have to do this.
In our auditorium, people of the to you, the Deputy Secretary General, Mr. Honorable, are responsible as you make mention of challenges that we particularly face. And some of you is something we are some of the challenges along the way. And when I go into an agreement with the government and the opposition during the tripartite, that agreement may be call for release of political prisoners then, where we submit names of 300 and something list to the government. Then they will make known to say they get 15 people in custody. We challenge that as a leadership to the government. And two, you make measure of the moral guarantors that will be keep meeting with you a few weeks ago or days ago. As you make measure say before they go they will get on to and back. You don't think say because they don't get everything which one they don't tell them me, they don't come back to an idea. And three, as 2018 will come back to another election, as the tripartite we are going to, and the people are going to say we go for let for succeed on this particular fight. But if this not favorable, which confidence we will give the people in that come 2020 election? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other question? No, journalist.
Right, good afternoon. Al-Hassan Kurma, Liberty Online TV. With regards to the tribunal report, my question will come up from this angle. Because Parliament need to get a two-third majority for people to take a decision. Like we don't get from the members of the opposition of Parliament say we are not in support of this particular decision or the recommendations that we did inside the tribunal report. If we don't forget the two-third majority for remove the Auditor General and the Deputy, it is that the President gets a veto power for remove the Auditor General and the Deputy. That's the question.
Thank you, members of the recently, and I don't ask a lot of questions, but the answers are very clear and very this find ourselves one hotel and plenty to the question we want to ask. Why from today, the first one, they say World Bank, commercial bank, say the government is trust per bank. Today, the first one, they say World Bank, government, commercial bank, say the government is trust per bank. When I go check that, because government is a leader. Two questions I don't want
Yes, I want to study Deputy Secretary General, the one who votes for
Thank you very much, Mr. Leader, and thank you very much, members of the Fourth Estate. If I remember well, the question when I asked you on the first round, again for grooming, the challenges we will get during the registration process. I want to remind you all this registration process, a brand new system that we use. And we necessitate this that the Constitution, the 2022 Constitution will get, as well as the order of the judgment of Justice Fisher, we say that the parties supposed to maintain a clean register of members. As well as the Constitution, we say the Secretariat forget a new register of the member of its party. I will wait till the sharing law before I continue. So, with every new system, there are problems. Which we don't do this new software system. The party decide to digitalize the membership register because the Constitution says for maintaining a register both electronically and manually. For those who get this register electronically, we need to develop a software system with a new system. For greater system than any other system, have challenges again for day. We based on understanding of the system. For instance, for thousands of forms that we will already get out, and only a few don't come in. This not necessarily means that they haven't been purchased or people are not fill them in, but because of understanding of how to input them. So first part, you get for manually fill the forms. Then after the completion of the forms, you get for the input them into the system. So they get small challenges for people to understand how to complete the forms them online or for complete the fields them online. So that's primarily the challenge we get. The other things we have to do distribution way, not a challenge per se. These are just little bottlenecks we, as time they go, as the process they unfold, we're able to get them settled. So in a nutshell, not any big problem we get, and normal problems we have, technical problems we have, time they go, people understand them, and they're going to know how to deal with them. A few other questions we asked just for the second set. One therefore with the release of prisoners with Resolution 4 of the Agreement for National Unity. The National Secretary General will answer that one day. Also the question on the response of the moral guarantors with regards the position paper and the fact that we are dissatisfied with the implementation roadmap for the implementation of the Tripartite agreement. That also will be dealt with by the National Secretary General. The final question we get for do with the confidence of the party running to the next elections. Whether if these people not act in good faith, we will get confidence in when they hold the next elections, we not will get similar problems again. One thing we want to assure everybody that the way how we don't start, we don't put with food dog say this will not go ahead unless waiting for be done by virtue of the roadmap we initially we don't get, we don't share with we. Wait for reflect the representation as contained as been delayed in the Tripartite committee, where we get representation, equal representation from the government, equal representation from the party, and also representation from the third party
We want a similar representation because that will ensure fairness in the dispensation or in the implementation of the recommendations as contained in the tripartite report. We put it down. And one thing we for people and confidence also, that as much as the country and the government wants for me to disburse the funds as it did at the MCC grant, one of the preconditions now that the recommendations as contained in this tripartite report are implemented. And we not go allow for them to implement this thing wrongly to the disadvantage of the APC and to the disadvantage of the people of this country. We will put a foot down. We don't make that known to the international moral guarantors. We don't make that known to the local development partners, and we don't also write internationally for them they know say we are not satisfied with the way how they want to implement this tripartite report. So because of the stance we will take, we want to give people the confidence that we not going to move forward to any other elections the same way how we go into the 2023 elections with the teeth now we are. So with this, I'll pass the mic to the National Secretary General for dealing with all the questions and any other issues.
Thank you, Parliament, for this wonderful information given to us, to the membership and to the Senate public.
What do we send a fake receipt to? And me no know about document the way they say themselves. Me go talk on waiting then at the tribunal report or some of the things they will talk na the tribunal hearing where the tribunal no include in reports. Then document here, the Attorney General can go as evidence where one Mr. Jajua go as witness. Then receipt here we then give the auditor them. Let me explain briefly about it. This receipt there we then give the auditor them. Then give them for money we then take for and on behalf of the president. By the way, nobody no say that the president take the money. Now the scope, now take the money. Now all the money. That's what the document then say. Now the scope, now then bring the documents them, we then give the auditor them through the accountants and the office of the president. Then documents there, where we look them, as how the standards say, condition them in the document where proof say something look wrong with them. They're not tidy, the dates they mix up, the amount. One, I know Sabi Boku, particularly in West Africa, where they charge some of the money they will be in the pandemic receipts per night. I know Sabi no hotel where they charge in dollars, where you multiply them by days, the answer now in pounds a day, or the other way around. No receipts. Try to himself, wouldn't give you receipts. So then condition here, who will see them pan this report, pan this receipt, it been cause we for believe there's something wrong with this receipt. And we go to the standard, while we just know. He say if you get any reason for belief, say, then don't alter this, but they not tell you, or it not look like say authentic. He said, no, go to the third party then. So we'll go to the third party then. We'll not hide, we'll go direct to the third party then. The response where the third party then give, we receive them. Now the verification report, we put that, we summarize the response there. We say, then receipt here we them provide, we know they take them because they are inconsistent, they're marked by inconsistency, inaccuracies, and incompleteness. Now so them in time. What do we send a fake receipt to? And me no know about document the way they say themselves. Me go talk on waiting then at the tribunal report or some of the things they will talk na the tribunal hearing where the tribunal no include in reports. Then document here, the Attorney General can go as evidence where one Mr. Jajua go as witness. Then receipt here we then give the auditor them. Let I explain briefly about it. This receipt there we then give the auditor them. Then give them for money we then take for and on behalf of the president. By the way, nobody will say now the scope, now take the money, now all the money. Now so the document then say. Now the scope, now then bring the documents them, we then give the auditor them through the accountants and the office of the president. Then documents there, where we look them, as how the standard say, condition them in the document where proof say something look wrong with them. They're not tidy, the dates them mix up, the amount. One, I know sabi boku, me know the stay na boku hotel in Africa 8, but I know sabi boku hotel particularly in West Africa, where they charge some of the money they will be in the pandemic receipts per night. I know sabi no hotel where they charge in dollars, where you multiply them by days, the answer na in pounds a day, or the other way around. No receipts. Try to himself, where they give you receipts. Everything inside the only day. So then condition here, who will see them pan this report, pan this receipt. It been cause we for believe there's something wrong with this receipt. And we go to the standard while we just know. He say if you get any reason for belief, say then don't alter this, but they not tell you, or it not look like say authentic. He said, no, go to the third party then. So we'll go to the third party then. We no hide, we'll go direct to the third party then. The response where the third party then give, we receive them. Now the verification report, we put that, we summarize the response there. We say, then receipt here we them provide, we know they take them because they are inconsistent, they're marked by inconsistency, inaccuracies, and incompleteness. Now so them in turn. What are we saying a fake receipt too? And me no know about document the way they say self. Me go talk on waiting then at the tribunal report, or some of the things they will talk na the tribunal hearing, where the tribunal no include in reports. Then document here, the Attorney General can go as evidence, where one Mr. Jajua go as witness. Then receipt here we then give the auditor them. Let I explain briefly about it. This receipt there we then give the auditor them. Then give them for money we then take for and on behalf of the president. By the way, nobody no say that the president take the money. Now the scope, now take the money. Now all the money. Now so the document then say. Now the scope, now then bring the documents them, we then give the auditor them through the accountants and the office of the president. Then documents there, where we look them, as how the standard say, condition them in the document where proof say something look wrong with them. They're not tidy, the dates them mix up, the amount. One, I know sabi boku, me know the stay na boku hotel in Africa 8, but I know sabi boku hotel particularly in West Africa, where they charge some of the money they will be in the pandemic receipts per night. I know sabi no hotel where they charge in dollars, where you multiply them by days, the answer na in pounds a day, or the other way around. No receipts. Try to himself, where they give you receipts. Everything inside the only day. So then condition here, who will see them pan this report, pan this receipt. It been cause we for believe there's something wrong with this receipt. And we go to the standard while we just know. He say if you get any reason for belief, say then don't alter this, but they not tell you, or it not look like say authentic. He said, no, go to the third party then. So we'll go to the third party then. We no hide, we'll go direct to the third party then. The response where the third party then give, we receive them. Now the verification report, we put that, we summarize the response there. We say, then receipt here we them provide, we know they take them because they are inconsistent, they're marked by inconsistency, inaccuracies, and incompleteness. Now so them in turn. What are we saying a fake receipt too? And me no know about document the way they say self. Me go talk on waiting then at the tribunal report, or some of the things they will talk na the tribunal hearing, where the tribunal no include in reports. Then document here, the Attorney General can go as evidence, where one Mr. Jajua go as witness. Then receipt here wouldn't give the auditor them. Let's explain briefly about it. This receipt there wouldn't give the auditor them. Then give them for money wouldn't take for and on behalf of the president. By the way, nobody knows say now the president take the money. Now the scope, now take the money. Now all the money. That's what the document then say. Now the scope, now them bring the documents them, where then give the auditor them through the accountants and the office of the president. Then documents there, where we look them, as how the standards say, condition them in the document where proof say something look wrong with them. They're not tidy, the dates them mix up, the amount. One, I know sabi boku, me know the stay in a boku hotel in Africa 8, but I know sabi boku hotel particularly in West Africa, where they charge some of the money they will be paying their receipts per night. I know sabi no hotel where they charge in dollars, where you multiply them by days, the answer now in pounds a day, or the other way around. No receipts. Try to himself, where they give you receipts. Everything is inside the only day. So then condition here, who will see them pan this report, pan this receipt, it been cause we for believe there's something wrong with this receipt. And we go to the standard.
We don't intend for people so many because we don't give enough information. Of course, the MCC, the policy, they don't take into consideration government. Government they change, MCC still they continue. In fact, in 2004 or so, now during APC, in 2008. Now during APC 9, we qualified for being assessed by MCC. For let MCC begin assess you, you get some benchmarks and way for it. So now APC they make them benchmarks that we will be considered as a country waiting for consider under MCC. And quite apart from that, when I remember saying we did the treasury, weighing now $44 million. In 2014, but when you win MCC from 2014, then they give you 1 year and 6 months for do the administrative setup and for do the planning. Inside that 1 year and 6 months, they disburse the actual money. So in 2015, 9 MCC.
So, as I say, we are part of government, and government generally not get money. We're not oblivious of that fact, because the ones they wait from the citizen and the things that the government want for the actual money. But I have to be true when I talk about this. Over the past years, up to while I talk to you now, we have had a good relationship with Ministry of Finance. We send we budget, they will tell you what you get, and that amount we tell you say, now when I hear this. True to speak, before the year done, we will receive all that amount. And there are a lot of times where you don't give it priorities. Why is they wait for give other people the money for right? Say we want to do we work, they can give you your money. We get with money up to last year, up to the end of the year. We get with money them for the whole period, and we get them on time. And I will say the money when they give you do, because we have get a long wish list. But based on what they know, allocate to we, and what we can get, we can receive them. This year we not receive nothing. So from January to it don't be the 18th of March, we not receive money, and this is worrisome a little bit.
So you think say the back and forth memo don't they come up between on our office and that of the Ministry of Finance responsible for the delay?
I know one specifically say so. It is a possibility. I don't want to say yes, they make no good money, because what can happen. Okay, don't be at say by February we not receive money. We can now write to the minister and the FS for say, say we can start council's audit. Say council's audit, they do all over the country. and we go for send we staff them, we go audit all them councils, the 21 councils, and definitely we go need for provide money them for the per diem, for the accommodation, and for facilitate their movement in field and other things there. And the budget is really big. So we can tell them and say, well, when they can start to once that we work for the councils, then can we receive our first because quarterly they go money. The money they divide into 4 quarters and split them and give it. So by then 10 they are really weak, you know. So we hope say probably before this week they don't know, next week we will receive them. We'll just open, but we'll not receive money yet.
So if that happen for una the seek the consent of the president, you know, this get for affect on our work in any way?
Very much so. And the law not say we for seek. I want to make it clear. The law not say we for seek presidential assent. If they want to do that, it means an operational control. Let me explain, for example. If we want to audit NACOVAC now, then we go for go seek presidential assent. The president say not auditor. What does that mean? It means say the auditor general is being directed and controlled. You see, let me tell you about them proclamation the way world bodies them under Lima. Under Lima, it say in the planning, execution, and reporting of the work of the Supreme Audit Institution. Nobody, not for director, nobody, not for controller. You understand? Nobody for director the Auditor General, nobody for control the Auditor General. What they plan for do, what they execute, and what they want for report. So therefore, if that can be the situation, anything we want to do any audit, or in what we call like special audit, we want to report on separately, we need to go to president's post for them to give assent. It go touch amount to control. So as I say, we are part of government, and government generally not get money. We not oblivious of that fact because the ones they from the citizen and the things that the government want for the government priorities, then plenty. So government not get money. But I have to be true when I talk about this. Over the past years, up to while they talk to you now, we have had a good relationship with Ministry of Finance. We send we budget, they will tell you what they get, and that amount we tell we say, now when I hear this, true to speak, before the year done, we will receive all that amount. And there are a lot of times where you don't give it priorities. Why is they wait for give people other people the money for right? Say we want to go do we work, they can give you your money. We they get with money up to last year, up to the end of the year. We get with money them for the whole period, and we get them on time. And I will say the money when they give you do because we have get a long wish list. But based on what they know allocate to we and what we can get, we can receive them. This year we not receive nothing. So from January to it don't be the 18th of March. We not receive money, and this is worrisome a little bit. So